We're here. We got another caller here. You want to take a caller, Seth?
Yeah.
Yo, we got a caller by the name of Katrina Refugee. Make sure your audio's all squared away. Where are you calling us out of tonight?
What's up, Doc? Can you hear me?
Yes, sir. Sound good.
I'm in Austin, Texas. I call it Los Angeles.
Los Angeles.
Yeah, I
Nice.
moved here. I used to live. Seth was talking about the. I'm from New Orleans, obviously, but
Ooh.
yeah, Seth was talking about the tornadoes in 22. There was a hurricane the year before that in 21. That's when I moved to Houston. I was like right down the road from your guys' favorite YouTuber. I don't know if I want to bring him up right now, Okay, but
RKX.
yeah. I live about like
RKX.
5 minutes away from that guy. Yeah, thank God I got out of there. But yeah, I'm working on insurance claims. I'm a hurricane insurance adjuster, man. I'm like sitting here getting caught up on my North Carolina claims paperwork and stuff. So I figured like this is a good time for me to call in. I don't know if I have any particular super gravy, but my life's just pretty much all hurricanes. I've been doing this for like 15 or years on and off. And I was in Orlando 2017 when Irma happened. I had reported to an insurance call center in Orlando because a week before that hurricane was Hurricane Harvey in Houston. But so there was Hurricane Harvey. Then I went to go work insurance in Orlando, and then I couldn't leave until 5 o'clock on Friday. So I had to I couldn't, if they wouldn't let me evacuate early. So I got stuck. It took me 18 hours to get from Orlando to Pensacola. I would have ran out of gas if I didn't cut off through the back roads and go through Perry and all that stuff to get to Apalachicola. I pulled into Apalachicola like on an empty tank. But yeah, I just remember back then being like, everyone's camped out at the gas pumps waiting for gas. I was like, man, if they could just get the perfect storm, with this modification stuff, they could really like cause a serious problem if they get the perfect storm to cut right through there, man. And New Orleans, they those tornadoes and the hurricane in 2021. I mean, we lost power for like a week straight, like 3 years straight or something like that. I'll just call it FEMA City, man. It just feels like a beta test,
Dude, it totally does. And I was there during Ida. That wrecked my house. I had to leave. And it does feel like a test city, man. If you ever heard Celeste Solum talk about the FEMA response, he was working for FEMA in 2005. And apparently the year before that, there was a big hurricane in Florida in 2004. And there was a good response by FEMA, and so Celeste Solum asked her boss, hey, is there going to be the same response for New Orleans as we had last year in Florida? And her boss said, there will be no response. So they do these stand down orders, which we saw in North Carolina and Tennessee, all these people just waiting for their orders, you know what I mean? And you can't go until they say go because the military is order followers. So there's a lot of stand down orders. That's a huge pattern we see in these things where people want to go to help and they're being prevented. It's crazy, man.
So, hey, Katrina Refugee, what's the verdict on the storm? You thinking modified? You thinking steered? Organic? Natural? What
I started thinking modification back when I was in New Jersey after Superstorm Sandy. I don't know. I guess maybe that was kind of around the time I started watching like AJ and that kind of stuff. And I think I saw him have who's that guy, Dane Wigington? I don't know if you know what I'm talking about, the geoengineering watch and people like that. And it just like clicked in my head when I was up there. I was like, man, what's the point of being Illuminate Confirm or whatever if you're not privy to like things that most people would think are like, man, that's impossible. You know what I mean? And maybe I'm biased because of the Katrina thing. I have like one or two things from left that I own, like from Katrina, like in this apartment somewhere. I've got like a couple of DVDs and I can't think of off the top, but yeah, I've got a few little things. But I remember seeing some videos, people like in the Ninth Ward, like with that real New Orleans, kind of over that area that Dr. Longo was staying with that punk rock guy, talking about how they heard explosions on the levee and stuff. So even
what neighborhood were you in when you during Katrina?
Yeah, yeah, I'm from uptown, so like Claiborne, Napoleon,
Yeah.
if you know Napoleon Avenue.
Yep.
And
Yep.
my dad's from Temple Terrace, Florida, actually. So that's why I'm only half yet. I don't have the full. I don't got the full yet going on, you know. But yeah, that's what I was gonna say. I know. Longo's got some Temple Terrace old world gravy, man. You know, it's like Temple Terrace. Come on, man. There's some old world going on over there. But yeah, I mean, I would say, I mean, I believe in the modification. You know, I don't look into it too deeply, but I've been watching these things I've been working on these things for so long. It just seems like, you know, you just kind of got that sixth sense when that Harvey happened and then Irma happened a week later, and maybe I was going through some, you know, it just felt a little surreal for me. I was going through some like weird times. You know, I was maybe a little deep in the rabbit hole, you know, kind of on one with the conspiracy stuff a little more. Now I'm a little more seasoned with this stuff, but back then I was totally like, man, something's going on, like this is crazy, you know. But definitely, I mean, especially with the North Carolina, I mean, that doesn't make any sense to me, you know. Helene getting up in the mountains. My high school girlfriend, like, she had already been displaced by Katrina once, and then she lived in like right by Chimney Rock. She had literally moved there a few years ago. She already got displaced once, and then now you got the same thing going on in North Carolina. But
so, what do you think about the quartz lithium conspiracy?
yeah, I could see it makes sense to me, man. You know,
Familiar?
yeah, totally. I watched some stuff. I watched like the Greg Reese report on that. Makes you know, I totally believe it.
It's totally a land grab. I mean, now all the highways and roads are closed going in. Who knows what they're doing, setting up infrastructure. The other big thing, too, you know how there's underground networks all over North Carolina and those mountains? I mean, under every city, we listen to Longo's friend Analog, talks about the underground networks under pretty much every city, under every spot in our realm. And it makes me wonder what Elon Musk and his boring company is doing. You know, not only does he need the quartz and the silicone for his AI and his Neuralink garbage, but he's the guy who drills holes. So is he helping dumbs get in order? I don't know. Or like, what are they doing with the mining? You know, who knows? Lots of money.
Katrina Refugee, appreciate you calling in, man. We got to get some other people in here.
Definitely.
Hope you call in again soon.
For sure.
Stay safe out there. You're probably
Peace,
out
brother.
of the way of danger, but
Peace out, bros. Good talking to you.
Who dat?
you have a good night.